Okay, first things first. No new recipe this week. Um, I know that people are talking about how this is a great time to learn new things and go out and do new stuff. And heck, we've got a pound of yeast because we were able to find yeast, but it was this massive container. So we have a whole bunch of yeast, and I'm all set to do yeasted things. I found a recipe for donuts, and I found a recipe for croissant dough that I kind of crowdsourced and found a few recipes. And all those things are probably going to come up, and more bread and all that. But sometimes you just want comfort food. And Sunday night, here it is, and I am at the point where I just really wanted comfort food. So tonight, I made chocolate chip cookies. Not a fancy chocolate chip cookie, not this is a new chocolate chip cookie. It's a chocolate chip cookie recipe that honestly I first posted on here not quite 3 years ago. I think it's technically like 2.5 years ago. So this is going to be a short post because you're going to get this video, you're going to get a little tiny bit of write-up, and then you're going to get a link to the post from 2017. Back when the world was a little bit more normal. So anyway, in the meantime, though, one quick tip for your cookies. So I make these chocolate chip cookies fairly often. Sometimes we're not in the mood to eat them right away. It happens. And so you put them in storage and you think, okay, it'll be fine. Well, I reached in here the other day and this is Tupperware, but it doesn't seal really, really well. And so they'd gotten really dry, like crispy, like the kind of cookies that you buy in the grocery store where it's like just you crunch in and it like falls apart and everything. So I don't know if you know this, but one of the things you can do is put in a piece of bread, just regular old white grocery store bread. If you're making bread on your own, you could probably use a slice of your own bread. That would work too. But when you do that and you leave it in for a couple days with the lid on, the cookies go from completely crispy and falling apart to actually back to being nice and moist. The bread goes stale and dry. I mean, this is hard. It's not quite hard enough for me to make noise with, unfortunately. But this is really stiff and solid. It doesn't move. And yet the cookie is back to being soft and edible. So not only do I have the cookies that I baked tonight, but of course I also have the ones from like a week and a half ago. So, yeah, that's it. Sorry, nothing new, nothing exciting. I do love this recipe though. It's quick. I think I started this recipe, I think I started baking at like 20 after 8, and it is now 10 to 10, so it's an hour and a half. And in that time, I softened the butter, made them, and they have cooled all in that time. I haven't washed dishes yet because it's Sunday night and I just don't want to wash dishes. But this is one of last week's cookies, and I have milk. So it is all about, like I said, it's all about the comfort food. Some days that's all you really need. And this weekend, for some reason, it's just all been in my head, and I just really needed chocolate chip cookies again. So I wish you a day with the kind of comfort that comes with fresh chocolate chip cookies, or at least refreshed chocolate chip cookies, and a glass of, for those of you who can drink milk, a glass of milk to go with your cookies, or coffee to dunk them in, or something, whatever works for you. I wish you comfort, okay? That's the point. And if all goes well, there will be more yeast in my future, and we will do some yeast breads when I see you in a week.